Shalom, it's David Benkof, the Broadway Maven. The most famous show tune in Rent, Seasons of Love, begins 525,600 minutes to reference the number of minutes in a year. To prepare for my upcoming class on Rent, let's think about numbers in show tunes, starting with 525,600 and moving down to 1, and I don't mean the finale to a chorus line. I'll describe 10 numbers in 10 musical numbers. What other show tunes can you think of with numbers in them? Answer in the comments below. Please give this video a like, subscribe, and press the bell for notifications. One of the most passionate numbers in Hair is the anti-war, anti-racist anthem 3500. Many of the phrases in the lyrics, like open by metal explosion, barbed wire fireball, come from beat poet Allen Ginsberg's pacifist Wichita Vortex Sutra. The number refers to Viet Cong casualties, and the refrain contains the worst word in the English language, which I'm not going to say, but which you can hear now. It's a dirty little war. 3500. Take weapons up and begin to kill. Watch the long, long armies drifting home. The next number is a year, 1781, which was when the Battle of Yorktown took place, and it's included at the beginning of the song in Hamilton known as, well, Yorktown. The Battle of Yorktown, 1781. Monsieur Hamilton, Monsieur Lafayette, in command where you belong, how you say no sweat. We're finally on the field, we've had quite a run. Immigrants, we get the job done. Next up, 76 trombones, the signature number from The Music Man. The song opens with one of the most stirring introductions in musical theater history.
Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred, and you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals. You'll hear the thunder of rolling drums, the shimmer of trumpets, tan-ta-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuos, so's the cream of every famous band.
The best production of The Music Man I ever saw was at the Muni in St. Louis, in which the curtain call, if you can use that term in an outdoor theater, was accompanied by, you guessed it, 76 trombones. Next, Sandy in Summer Nights from Greece, in discussing her summer romance with Danny Zuko, sings to her new female friends,
Sweet, just turned 18.
She was good, you know what I mean. Whoa! Summer heat, boy and girl meet, but all those summer nights.
Tell me more, how much dough did he spend?
Tell me more, could she get me a friend?
Speaking of teenage love, The Sound of Music contains the sweet show tune 16 going on 17. Liesl sings about how Rolf is a year older and thus can be trusted to take care of her. It's kind of a silly point since both are very young, but creates irony and is believable that at so young an age, a 12-month difference is a huge gap. Moving down, the signature number in Evita has a 9, a 6, and a 7. From Don't Cry For Me, Argentina, you won't believe me. All you will see is a girl you once knew, although she's dressed up to the 9s at 6s and 7s with you. Next, 6.
Ha! 6! Swish!
Cicero!
Lick shits! Ha! 6! Swish!
Cicero!
Lick shits!
That's the refrain on which the delightful cell block tango from Chicago is built. In each stanza, one of the 6 merry murderesses describes her homicide built around a single word.
I met Ezekiel Young from Salt Lake City about 2 years ago, and he told me he was single. And we'd hit it off right away, so we started living together. He'd go to work, he'd come home, I'd mix him a drink, we'd have dinner. Well, it was like heaven in 2.5 rooms. And then I find out, single, he told me. Single? Oh, sure. Not only was he married, oh no, he had 6 wives. One of those Mormons, you know? So that night when he came home for dinner, I mixed him his drink as usual. You know, some guys just can't hold their arsenic.
For 3, let's turn to Tevia's fantasy staircases in If I Were a Rich Man from Fiddler on the Roof.
There would be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show.
An important number in Into the Woods is It Takes Two, when the baker realizes that he needs his wife to fulfill the witch's task. The number opens with a funny line.
Perhaps it will take the 2 of us to have this child. It takes 2. I thought 1 was enough, it's not true. It takes 2 of you, you came through. When the journey got rough, it took you. It took 2 of us, it takes care. It takes patience and fear and despair to change. Though you swear to change, you can tell if you do. It takes 2.
As I mentioned, I'm not using 1 to represent 1, but instead I'm turning to the show we're doing in class the week after Rent, and that's Les Miserables. In One Day More, every major character contributes snippets of music in their signature style.
One day more, another day, another destiny, this never-ending road to Calvary. These men who seem to know my crime will surely come a second time, one day more. I did not live until today. How can I live when we are parted? One day more. Tomorrow you'll be worlds away. And yet with you my world has started.
One more day all on my own. One more day with him not caring. What a life I might have known. And I swear I will be true. But he never saw me there.
One more day before the storm, I follow where she goes. At the barricades of freedom, I join my brothers there. When our ranks begin to move, do I stand, do I dare? Will you take your place with me? One more day to revolution, we will nip it in the bud. We'll be ready for these schoolboys, they will wet themselves with
Never know your luck when there's a free-for-all rule.
Here a little dip, there a little touch. Most of them are gonna so they won't miss much. My place
other numbers can you think of that show up in show tunes? Put your answers in the comments below. The Broadway Maven meets many Mondays at noon and 8 p.m. Eastern Time for a free class. It also meets on some Wednesdays and Thursdays for greatest hits classes. Here are the titles of some recent classes: Into the Woods, Mary Poppins, Contemporary Jewish Broadway, Guys and Dolls, and more. See the upcoming schedule at thebroadwaymaven.com. To get more videos like this one, give this video a like. Even better, subscribe by pressing the button that says The Broadway Maven.